Hello, I'm Gavin Grant, the Collections Team Leader for OnFife, and I'd like to welcome you to our Collections Centre in Glenrothes. This is where we store our archives and museums collections. We've got over 250,000 items here. It's a fantastic resource of Fife's heritage and art. Our Collections Centre in Glenrothes is just off the A92. There's plenty of parking for visitors and it's very accessible. There's a cafe and toilets as well, so I'd really like to welcome you. From here, objects and archives go out for displays in our venues. We also put some of them online, but we also want to encourage you to visit our centre here. There's so much to see. It might be something you donated in the past, it might be your family and local history you're trying to find out about, or maybe you're interested in a specific artist and you want to see some of the paintings we've got in the store here. You can come on tours or for individual visits for research. So let's head into our collection centre and see some of the heritage and art that we care for here. Some of our team members can also tell you more about parts of our collection here.
Hi, I'm Jane. I'm the Collections Curator at the Collections Centre. OnFife has a wonderful art collection with lots of paintings by artists including the Glasgow Boys, the Scottish colourists, especially S.J. Peploe and William McTaggart, whose paintings are featured on this rack. We also have paintings by local artists including Jack Vettoriano and lots of scenes of towns and countrysides and seascapes. We display our paintings in our galleries and our museums, but with over 2,000 paintings it's not possible to display everything at once. But as most of the paintings are hanging on these racks, we can easily bring people in to see them. We've had visits from descendants of artists, including William McTaggart, who'd had 21 children, and researchers and also people with a particular interest in an artist or a painting. Now let's have a look at our archaeology collection. Our archaeology collection consists of a range of objects, including Bronze Age food vessels, axe heads, Neolithic carved stone balls, and medieval jewellery. You can make an appointment to see finds from your local areas, or perhaps ones you've found yourself and are now in the collection. We also welcome researchers from universities and other museums.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm Collection Support Assistant here at the Collections Centre. We have a large pottery collection from objects made in Fife. Kirkcaldy in particular was a major centre for pottery in the 19th century, and there were 4 potteries in Kirkcaldy. They produce things with flowers and fruits and things such as cats, and one of the well-known objects from the pottery is a pig. The Sinclairtown pottery specialised in teapots and at its height could produce 700 teapots in a day. When visitors come to our collection centre, they can see a wide range of pottery on display. Currently, we're working with Fife Pottery Society to help work on our displays here. We have quite a lot of pottery that is still within boxes from our previous stores, and we'd now like to get that out so everybody can come and see them.
Hello, I'm Owen Harrison. I'm one of the Collections Support Assistants working for Fife Archives. You'll usually find me here in the search room. Our search room is open by appointment for visitors to come in and view archive records, but also museum items and objects too. We are generally open Tuesday to Thursday, 9 to 5 all day, or half days can be booked as well. When visiting the search room, we have a range of equipment to help you when viewing the records, such as book supports and pillows to protect the records, and weights for, say, larger things like maps and plans. And we have lockers also for your bags and food and drink. So we have large tables which are useful for larger records such as maps and plans that we often have out. Also, we have a laptop for audio recordings to listen to those, plug points for, say, if you bring your own laptop. For archive appointments, we would have your records ready to bring out from the store to the search room for you to view. We would then issue the records, just as, say, with library books, to you to view in the search room, and also joining up to the archive is similar to, say, joining a library. On the shelves we also have publications and guides helpful for, say, finding unfamiliar terms, and there's also indexes to our collections and guides to the towns and place names of Fife. What we also have on the shelves are lists and indexes to the larger collections in the archive, such as hospital records, police records, borough records and the Glenrothes Development Corporation. In the search room, myself or Andrew Dowsey, the archivist, will always be here on hand to help and answer any questions you may have.
Hello, I'm Andrew Dowsey. I'm the Archives and Local Studies team leader, and this is where we store the archives on the shelving with the yellow end panels. And to bring the boxes down from the upper floor, we use this book hoist. This is the entry for Peter Taylor Mole, who I think must be the happiest criminal in Fife because he's smiling in his mugshot. And here you see we get some information that's really useful for family historians about his age, his occupation, where he was born, and a physical description of the colour of his hair, the colour of his eyes, and if he has any marks or tattoos.
What we have here is one of the Leslie House diet books, part of the collection Rothes papers from the Earl of Rothes at Leslie House. And the diet books tell us what was being brought into the kitchens and what was being served at the meals for the family. The diet books were found in an outhouse in the Leslie estate in 1966 by workers for the Glenrothes Development Corporation, and in 2003 it was conserved to protect them and also to preserve them for future use. They tell us, they list what food has been bought in, also drink and ale and wine, and who they've paid and how much they've paid in pounds, shillings and pence. And also down the right hand side we've got actually what was served for breakfast, dinner and supper, the amounts served, and then down the side what was left. Just before lockdown there was a project to transcribe these diet books, and it was volunteers who had been sent pages from the hundreds of pages of the diet books, and these were all being transcribed and then collated together. So a very rewarding project that gives us an insight into what the life was like for an earl in the late 17th, early 18th century.
So my name's Lily and I'm an engagement curator working at Fife Cultural Trust. I'm based between Bankhead and Kirkcaldy Galleries, and I work on a project called Flooring the World. The project looks at our linoleum collections, which spans 5,000 objects covering from 1847 right up until the present day. It's focused on the floor covering industry in Kirkcaldy, Newborough and Falkland. So one of the things we have quite a lot of in our collection are pattern books. These are basically fancy catalogues that customers would look at to pick out the patterns of linoleum that they wanted to buy. We have over 130 of these in our collection, ranging from floor cloth pattern books that are from the 1850s right up to contemporary catalogues produced by the Forbo company. This example was made by Barry's, the second biggest and second oldest linoleum company in Kirkcaldy, and it dates to between 1929 and 1930. I'll open it up so that you can see some of the designs in it. So they all tend to start with one of these fancy book plates which tell you everything you need to know about the company. And then as you go through, it just has all of the options for floor coverings in full colour that customers could pick out, and has the telegraph details on the back of each one for them to do that. This is really good for us to help track different designs and what was in and out of fashion with linoleum, and because we have such an extensive collection of books, we can track this across time and across different companies as well. We also have lots of examples of linoleum in our collection. Some of these are samples that were produced by the companies, again to be used in sort of sales and advertising, and others are pieces that were removed from houses and public buildings across the UK and across the world. This is a piece of William Morris patterned linoleum. The pattern on it is called African Marigold. It's the only linoleum that the Morris company ever produced, and they produced this one pattern in two different colourways. So there's this one where it's dark green with green and sort of dark yellow details, and then a second one of the same pattern in different colours. Unfortunately, we don't know what this other colourway was because the William Morris catalogue was printed in black and white, and no other piece of it survived. We know this was made in about 1875. We're not sure where it was made, but there's a strong chance that it was produced in Kirkcaldy. As you can see, this has been removed from a house. It's definitely worse for wear, but considering it's over 150 years old and was in service and being walked on for probably 100 years, it's actually in really good condition and shows the durability of this material.
Really hope you enjoy your visit. If you're able to come, there's no charge, it's free for access here. We really want to make our collections more accessible to everyone.